Hi there, this is Adam, and I'm just giving you a little bit of info on an experience I had with Andy Medlam recently. I'd spoken to Andy earlier in the year as I was exploring what I wanted to do. I'd been thinking about starting a new business or expanding on something I already had, and I was consistently worrying about the content and how to do it, and I just had this kind of block. Well, I resonated with Andy and we had a great chat, but I wasn't quite ready at the time. When I've been through the process in my head and worked out that I really did need some help and I couldn't do it on my own, I got back in touch with Andy and we had a chat, and I really decided that I wanted to take some action and start achieving what I really knew I could achieve, but I just had some kind of block. So Andy, being a wise guy, after I asked for an hour or two of his time, he said that won't be enough, we'll need a day. And I don't think he was selling me a day because it was more than a couple of hours. It was because he really believes in what he does, and he knew that I wouldn't get what I needed from simply a couple of hours. So I believed in him and I agreed to invest quite heavily in a VIP day where it was just he and I working on my stuff. Now, we all get wrapped up in the what we do and how we're going to do it, but what he did was very, very quickly he stripped it right back to why we're doing it, and to gain clarity on that kind of level gives you such a feeling of power and of purpose, and that's exactly what he did. So although we spoke about how I was going to take my business forward, the first 2 or 3 hours were just stripping away why I felt I had something valuable to give. And what that did was it gave me a real clear reason on why I wanted to do what I want to do, but also it made me realize the value of what I've got and the value of me, and how huge a difference I can make to a good number of people. They'll need to be the right people, but a good number of people, and I truly believe that. And so suddenly the blocks were gone, and it wasn't focusing on what I thought the blocks were, it was what Andy knew the blocks were, and they were with me and not with the product. So I would thoroughly commend and recommend the process that I went through. I couldn't have done it on my own. As much as I tried to do it on my own, I needed the help. I realised I needed the help. I took action and asked for the help from the right guy. We all think that we're islands. We all think we can do it on our own. We all think there's something wrong with us. It must be us. We must be able to improve it. But you know what? Smart people get coaches. Smart people allow other people to help them become more. And I'm a huge believer in coaches. You just have to be ready for it. You have to be honest with yourself and be ready to strip away some of that stuff you've been hanging on to, some of that stuff that has been, a stick, a crux for you to have excuses. And it's quite scary because then there are no excuses and you truly have to face your own potential, which is huge. If you invest 10 times what you think you can invest, it will be so good value. And I said to him, I think at coffee, we had coffee around 10 o'clock, we started at 9 or something. And I said, if I don't learn another thing today, I've had my value from the money that I paid for the day. It was that profound. And hopefully, if you're right for him and he's right for you, you will have these kind of breakthroughs and value from a relationship with Andy. Just as a footnote to this before I say goodbye, is that I have decided to have Andy on my team full time, and he and I are working together. I've committed to working with him to expand myself and my business for the next full year. Biggest investment I would have ever made. Will it be worth it? I have no doubt it will be worth it 10 times over, and probably in the first year it will be worth that much. So if you're ready to strip away some of that old story and really get to grips with your true potential, go for it.